Afternoon, guys. How are we all today? We're just going to do a little check. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Should be alright. I think we're sorted. I think we're good to go. Fingers crossed. Oh, brilliant. Taking an ad on Twitch already. Happy days. Superb, superb. Ask Lloyd, welcome in. Out of Tech Gamer, good to see you too. Const is in, how are you doing, mate? Sound is good, happy days. Thank you very much. Get that. It's too early. What time is it where you are, QZ? Never too early. Never too early for a bit of Skylines, right? So I reckon, guys, we are just going to pick up where we left last time. That is picking up on the airport. We are going to do a little bit of asset shopping today. So I want to jump on the PDX mods. We'll have a little look. Marketplace. I think we need to get started getting a couple of big assets down. I went and fixed that runway that we had a little bit of a problem with last time. So I just had to a few minutes, but we're good to go. We've got all the planes running at least anyway, which is good. Got the layout done, which is sweet, and we had a bit of fun doing it. So I think we're just gonna pick up where we left, and hopefully we'll get some big buildings down. Not necessarily the final look, but it should at least parcel off a little bit of land so we can go ahead. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Get some infrastructure in, because what's going to be tricky in this build is going to be the roads. Well, quite honestly, I want to try and squeeze in a little interchange, obviously. So that needs to go in really before we kind of do any final buildings down. So probably not an awful lot of detailing or any of that kind of stuff, but we'll just focus on getting some big stuff done. I think today is pretty much what's going to be the job. So 10:39, just woke up. That's a lion, mate. That's a lion. You've missed half the day. I'm speaking like I'm a morning person. I am not. GMD, what's happening? You good? You're at work, but looking forward to the project. Continuing, so you're going to sneak it past the boss. Quite right. Working's overrated anyway. That's the best work you can get, right? Sitting on stream, chilling out. Didn't work. You getting paid for it. Beautiful. So let's have a little look. I think what we're going to do is we are just switch over the screen and we'll have a quick look on PDX mods and just see what we can find. I guess, guys, if any of you are sitting in front of your PC or you know any assets, obviously give us a little shout. We can add it to the list, and yeah, we'll just try and figure out what we want in and what we don't. What I'm kind of looking for, I guess, I mean, we'll just pick up, right? We'll pick up as much as we can, I guess. It's probably going to save a job coming back, you know, another day, and then having to add it and do it and all that kind of nonsense. So we can try and avoid that. That'd be perfect. Let me just switch over, guys. So I know Sully's got something. That's a definite, I guess. We want to have a look. PDX mods, airport. I mean, it's going to be pretty straightforward. Airport essentials from Sully. Yes, that's a definite, I think. Nyoko's got this as well, which is pretty cool. So if you guys haven't seen it, then so Sully's got a ton of stuff on here. Decals, markings, all the good stuff. And I guess we need to have a little look on Google Maps and just see if there's any difference between the U1 and the NA. Really shouldn't be, right? Pretty much the same, but maybe a couple of little differences, and I guess it's probably worthwhile to have a look and see if there's anything obvious that but this has pretty much got everything, right? So obviously we built one last year. This wasn't out, so this should make things hopefully a lot easier, a lot quicker. With How good does that look, by the way? That's do you test new and unfamiliar PDX assets in an empty map first? Nah, just chuck them in. I won't necessarily save them. I mean, for nah, I mean, I just chuck them in, to be honest. Thomas, hope for the best. I guess if it's like, if it's just like a kind of like a prop, then I'm not too worried about it. I mean, ideally, what I'd like to see is like some decent, like if the person hasn't made an effort into putting, you know, putting into the packaging, then I'll probably not install the mod. If they've got a good description, good thumbnails, you know, a little bit of a title, or, you know, just put a little bit of effort into letting people know what you've worked on, you know, and hope for the best. I'm still quite hesitant about putting too many vehicles in. I'm kind of thinking they might be a little bit crashy, potentially as well, so, yeah. But otherwise, I just kind of chuck them in, and I'll definitely chuck them in if the person's got a little bit of reputation on PDX mods, and we can stuff. So Naoko, Oomph, catering truck, yes please. What's that little airport pack? So I don't think this kind of stuff, this kind of prop pack, is in the least, but I could be wrong. I haven't installed it before, so I'll be having a first look at this, same as you guys, quite honestly, which is cool. So we'll see what we end up with. You can't go too far wrong with props, hopefully. The Yokos will be fine. Some hangers. Put that in the playlist already. I don't remember adding them, but I think once we've got it built out as well, we've obviously got a really nice opportunity to build out warehousing and industrial, right? So that airport hangar. This is part of the ILS. That is it. Lovely. And to be honest with you, obviously Naoko's got a ton of planes. We'll get to them at some point. I think we'll add a couple, right, just to see how they look. Little follow me. Has this person got quite a few of these assets? Looks like they do, right? The little pappy lights. Take them. Beautiful. We'll need, what is it, 3 of them? Each side of the runway, right? I think so. Missed Shingai's airport gates assets. No worries, we'll go back. We'll go back. Not a problem. Falco, appreciate the follow on Twitch. Cheers, man. Welcome in, welcome in. Little tower as well, that looks deep. We are going to be adding quite a few bits and pieces here, and I'm going to really hope that none of them are going to give us a crash, because it's going to be kind of difficult to go back and find them. Right, which asset are you saying, Mark? Talk to me. Chingy's airport gates. Are they on the screen? See them. What is it? Oh. Oh. Not sure if that's going to work, but we're absolutely adding them. I'm missing some chat here. Hello from Portugal, Volker. Hello from Scotland, my friend. Welcome in. Castro's first stream on YouTube. How are you, mate? So guys, I know that Falco's from Portugal. Where's everybody else? Where's everybody else from? Runway guard light from KJ. Okay, nice. Let me bring that back up. What I'm gonna do is just do a little search. These ones. Okay, nice. They look good. Get plenty of their assets as well. Got the ships. Got the gantries. Nice to see they're adding some airport stuff now as well. Only 21 subscribers? Surprised. I'm surprised. KJ then, what is the name of his asset? What are other assets he done that might bring it up? London stuff, right? Definitely done London stuff. That much. Oh. KJ, there we go. You see it? Runway guard light? This? Yes. Good shout. Well done. Mic volume's a bit low. I'll just hold it a little bit closer. I reckon that should be better, right? Hopefully. Hopefully. Food of the Gods, welcome in on Twitch. Good to have you in. You should follow, man. Better? Yeah, cool. All good, all good. So, I don't really see there being that many more. I think what we'll do is we'll do a little search on runway. I mean, what else can you search for? Airport, runway, what else is there left to really do, right? Oh, they get Cessnas. Cool. I think the Ulco's done Cessnas as well though, right? If I can remember correctly. We'll add a few planes. Okay, we got them Pappy lights in. Who knew? Oh, it's Grand Caravan Cessna, yeah. That's the bigger one. I think we're now into planes, I reckon. Cool. Yeah, so unless anybody's got any other asset suggestions, we'll have a look at some of the airliners now, I guess. Aaron, if your game's crashing, it could literally be anything, mate. So if you're in the Discord, go and share your log. Chuck it in the Discord, we can have a look. If it's something super obvious, like I might be able to help, but if it's not something obvious, then I will probably send you off to a different Discord. And somebody with better technical knowledge than I do will give you a hand. But yeah, if you're on the Discord, just chuck it up on the tech support channel, and we can have a look. There should be, I can't remember if I've put a sticky in the Discord or not, telling people how to share their logs. But if it's not there, just scroll up. I'll have given some the instruction. You will find them. So, but yeah, could be anything, mate. Could be anything. Oh, you really, folk are saying they really like watching CS2 and have the game, but don't have the courage to start. Because I watch some people and see too much complexity. Well, just have fun, mate. Just have fun. And I would say, like, if you do struggle to start, don't put yourself under any pressure. You know, just start something, and be prepared to chuck it in the bin if you don't like it. You know, it's that could be a nice airport, potential airport hotel playlist. Awesome. I'll try and not go too mad when I'm adding assets, but sometimes, you know, if something looks nice, it's going in. I might never see it again, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I would definitely advise you then, if, you know, just build something. Anything, doesn't matter. I think especially if you're new to the game as well, it's It's probably not going to look like the way that you want it to look like, but just get used to the game, get used to what works, what doesn't. Start adding a few mods, add them slowly so you know and understand, you know, what each of them does, and then each time you build a new city and you scrap another one, fine. Make it look a little bit better or make it work a little bit better depending on whatever it is you want to play the game, right? So just place down 61 turbines. Gonna need another 61 more, I reckon. Thomas, airport ground handling pack. I want to say I've got that one. Guys, how's the music? Volume's alright? I've been meaning to set up, you know, ducking so it kind of raises in volume a little bit when I stop speaking, but I haven't got around to doing that. Airport ground handling pack, we got it. So I think that's going to be it for the assets, really, isn't it? I haven't really thought too much about how I'm going to make the terminals. Obviously, we used the Japan educational ones, which worked really well, but I'm sure there'll be something else that we can choose, and we'll get a little bit of a different look, but I don't know, might just end up using stuff. We shall see. In your opinion, you think I can start with mods? Because I see the game's broken when you try and put houses in normal way, and just have a really good city. If you have anarchy, move it. In fact, do you know what? Like, see if you start with just anarchy, move it, and find it. That's not a bad starting point, to be honest. If you're going to play with mods, right? Not a bad starting point at all. Lots of people play it that way too, right? But if you're brand new to the game, I would probably say just don't play with any. Just have a couple of kind of crappy looking cities, just so you can understand it a little bit better, and then add the mods. But if you want to start off right off the bat, then by all means use those three. Obviously, as you add more, you're going to add a little bit more complexity, but that's not really an issue, to be honest. It's more just being able to not download a million mods and a million broken ass mods that are gonna like ruin your save or break your game later on. Also, you need to be a little bit conscious, I guess, of what you're installing and take it from. Now, Naoko, I did have a little bit of a sneak preview on one of his upcoming planes, which will definitely be in, but we'll leave it for now. What we do need is we need some European carriers, right? That is a definite. Airport props by Harbour Master J. Do you know what? I thought it was LAX specific, Thomas. So if it's not, add little asset either. Do you know that? Asset gain. Okay, so there's a pretty good list of stuff, right? Skywalks, tractors, trucks. Beautiful, Thomas. All good, all good. Got it. Obviously, we don't necessarily need to use everything that's on there, but if we've got plenty of additional props and all that kind of stuff, then that's fantastic. We do have a dependency here, so we'll just get that installed as well. Anything by J we can trust, we can definitely chuck it in, right? Yeah, no, when I was talking about LA specific, I mean like this big asset here, which I'm not gonna be putting in our airport, but I didn't realize it was a whole. I thought it was just like pretty much that. So that is what I meant by LAX Pacific specific. Sweet, right? Airlines. I wonder if we have a Ryanair or an EasyJet. We do have a KLM. That's going straight in. Beautiful, beautiful. I didn't realise that was there. Oh, is that only... Did he only put that up yesterday? Nice. Fantastic. That's an absolute must for a Dutch city, right? Thank you. Absolute legend, mate. Well done. Antoine's broken. So somebody had explained to me all these broken ones were all the right everywhere ones, whereas the newer ones are direct into the editor. So they shouldn't break. They go bust. Spirit go bust. The US company, right? We'll take an Emirates. We will take a... Recognize some of these. Got Air France. I think that's enough. For now, at least. That will get us started, hopefully. I think we're good to go. Do we have anything else? Made it within 12 hours. What a guy, man. What a guy. Sweet. Lovely. Let's get this loaded. Asking what percentage of the audience is Dutch sometimes. Yeah, it certainly was certainly higher when we started the series, and it's just kind of keep going down. So the I think in one of the videos, like maybe, I don't know, like as much as 15% on one of the videos. I think that was about the highest, and then we and then it's just kind of went down. Yeah, as the series has gone on, I've kind of packaged it a little bit less Dutch as well, but yeah, but they're still there. I think they're probably fourth highest. It's like US, and then it's Germany or UK, and then Netherlands, and then whatever. Kind of top 4 countries for me. Darku, how you doing, mate? You are not late. You're all good. We've just been doing a little bit of asset shopping, so we went and grabbed pretty much anything airport related that we found on PDX mods. So we should be good to go. Fingers crossed. And Starku as well. I ended up just deleting all the airport assets or runways, and then just put them back on, and basically just almost first time. So yeah, but I appreciate you sending out the little DM. Show me where something was broken, you know. Do you have the pack? Which pack? Which pack? I have many packs. Falcar is asking, you only do an airport, or do you do a zone for people to rest and some commercial? We're gonna be doing a little bit of everything. I mean, it's a little bit of everything, mate. Yeah, 100%. So hotel, probably limited commercial, but the commercial will probably be in the actual airport terminal, I guess. And then obviously we can extend it out and get the rest done. So all the kind of stuff you'd see. You know, security, industry, refueling stuff, everything that you'd see in a big airport. Eventually, you won't see all of that today. I think what we're going to do today mostly is we've got the layout done last time. But we have the runways working, so we've got the planes on the go, but we don't have a single building. But it's pretty much going to be getting the infrastructure down, so highway that's going to kind of run underneath the airport. I want to get the trains, not necessarily running, but I at least want the tracks in place and make sure sense where we're going to have them. And Airport, Piccana ILS, yeah, we grabbed all that kind of stuff. Astrion, yeah. So yeah, so it's pretty much going to be mostly infrastructure, I think, infrastructure planning and done. I want to have these little sort of highways, what do you call them, like little bridge sections where the planes are going to go over the highway. I'm going to have a couple of them, so I need to make sure that they're all working in place, get the roads in, and then we can kind of build. That's the plan. That's the plan. Guys, I am just going to nip to the loo while this is loading up. Give me 2 seconds and I will be right back. Alright folks, that's me back. Sorry about that. What did I miss? Tea break? No. It was just pee break rather than tea break. Cool, good evening to you. Welcome in. And Bingy, hello from Scotland, mate. Good to have you in from. Hope you're doing good. Hope you are doing good. Nice seeing everybody in. We've got a pretty good mix of places people are coming in from, huh? So hopefully this shouldn't take too long to load. I can see it's done most of it already, and yeah, it doesn't take too long, even despite the size of the mod list we've got. So Milan's saying, as a Dutch using Scotland quite often, and gotta love Cumbernauld, gotta love Cumbernauld. City planning here for pedestrians and cycling is horrible. It's absolutely shocking. Yeah, you're 100%. You're spoiled with the planning back in Netherlands. It's borderline non-existent, to be perfectly honest. However, that is changing, at least in the city I live in, at least anyway. They are putting in a big bike network, quite impressive bike network actually as well. Whether anybody uses it, not too sure if it's going to get as much use as they think. But the thing is, if you don't build it, if it's not built, nobody's going to be using anything. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, I would like to cycle, but it's just not safe, right? It's just not safe. I just wouldn't do it. But you put in bike lanes and I'd probably use. In fact, I'd probably go and buy a bike and use them. But yeah, if you're interested, Milan, if you have a look at the ones for just type in bike plan Glasgow or whatever, you'll probably be able to get a pretty good breakdown. And it's really kind of city-wide, you know, south side, north, east end, west end, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty good. So I think it's going to take them a couple of years though, right enough, but we'll see. But your whiskey is way down worse down there. Down where? Down where? Guys, I have news. I gave up nicotine today. This is my first day of not having delicious nicotine in my vape, and I've not murdered anybody, so that's positive. Positive. We'll take that. But take it from me, I used to smoke, and it is not easy to give it up. I think I'm doing alright. I'm not doing too. We'll see how it pans out though, do you know? I thought I'd be in a pretty foul mood most of the time. I can be a little bit angsty if I don't have the nicotine, but yeah. Full day. Bad. Does anybody know why this comes up? Please wait. Load and playset content, because I would much prefer to be flicking through Hall of Fame and seeing people's creations. Right? One week, no smoke. Wow. And your left eye's twitching non-stop. It's probably the stress. The stress of not having the nicotine. Well done, really well done. A week is big. If you can get past the first week, you can do anything, mate. So fantastic. We are nearly there, guys. Sweet. Let's go. So I'm gonna try and not give anybody spoilers for next week's video, because it's recorded already, and yeah, I'll probably end up giving away spoilers, so apologies in advance if I do. I'm trying my best not to. My wife gave me into trouble for clearing my throat on screen as well, so I'm trying my very best not to do that. I know that I've failed several times already, so you can shout at me if I do it, because I probably need a reminder not to. DS2 working perfectly. It always works perfectly. What are you talking about? So guys, first time watching a live stream. Love the weekly uploads. Thanks for those. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much. Very welcome. Good to have you in, man. You quit last night with smoking, Dave? Well done. But you started again. Yeah, that's the problem, man. You know, that's giving up's the easy part, but starting again is easier though, eh? Is there anywhere you can find the Noevorden map, or is it custom? No, it's on the PDX mods. So we'll get it up for you in a minute. I'll pop it in the chat. In fact, don't forget. Noevorden. Not quite sure why I'm not subscribed to it, given that I'm loaded into the game. Are you on? You're on YouTube or you're on YouTube or Twitch? You're on YouTube, right? I can just put that in. all of the chat. Second. There you go. Hopefully that works. Sorted. Got it. Lovely. Okay. Let's switch back to full screen. I don't think we need anything else that's not the game. Lovely stuff. And you know what? Yeah, no, that's fine. So, we'll sort of graphics, sunglasses, sort of tint. Good to go. Dark, brighten up. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna try and not show you guys the city if it can be helped. I'm sorry. I can show you parts of it, right? I just need to get the tint right, or it will annoy. Keep me up at night. This is how far we got anyway. If you guys weren't on stream the other week or the other day, this is pretty much as far as we got. So let's take that out of pause. Press the right button. Rid of these little markers for time. I can remember which ones it is that you press down here. This one and this one. Oh, I got rid of these out. Second. Don't want them queuing there, guys. I was sure I got rid of all of these earlier on. Obviously not. Lovely. Olga, what do you do at the what do you do at the airport? Good name as well, Toga. Take off, go around, right? Oh, good shout, Dave. Good shout. Get that like button clicked. Get that like. Awesome. So, again, I just want to check 100% everything's definitely working, because I thought I had all those little markers updated and all that kind of stuff as well. So, I did kind of redraw out exactly where things are going to go. So when we get to making our little tunnels and our little bridges, then we should be, good fingers crossed, be good to go. Will the Thomas is asking, will the 2 functional runways remain? And do you make lane 3 and 4 from reference? 2 functional runways are definitely going to remain. I was kind of half tempted to add another one over there, but I think I'm just making it. And I think the airport's going to be probably a bit smaller than perhaps what I would have liked. I know it looks like it's going to be big, but I think it might be on the smaller side for the airport. So I think having 2 is probably the right shout. Dave, appreciate the super sticker, man. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Very generous. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. And you're a pilot, right? There you go. Is it airlines or is it smaller planes? I'm guessing with a name like Toga, it's maybe a speed this bad boy up. Just want to make sure they're all working individually, so we know that's working over there. This is working over there. This one here, and I can't really remember where the last one was. But I didn't want to have too many, right? So if we have too many, we'll just end up with a million planes running all at the same time, and it looks It just looks a bit much, right? Looks a bit much. Starship pilot? Aye, maybe aye. I can remember how to get the rest of them up. Click on this one. Perfect. But I just want to see them individually. I mean, it should be fine, right? If they're not broken, we should be good to go. 1, 2, 3 are definitely okay. Want to make sure this one, and this one's working, and then we'll crack on. We get these roads done, right? Triple sevens, nice. What's DXB? I don't know the code for that. Okay, we can see one there. 2. Definitely set in terms of functionality. The only other sort of bit of functionality I would really like to add would be clicking on some of the upgrades on our airport block. I do not want to touch additional workplaces again. I've done that twice now and it's crashed the desktop, so that's a definite no. And I still didn't work out what pedestrian gate is, so we can have a little play about with that, and fingers crossed we don't crash. Parking garage, not too bothered. Cargo storage, we definitely need that, right? Let's have a play about with pedestrian gate. I'm assuming rather than people, I'm assuming that people go there and then teleport. I don't know. StarQ, are you still in the Are you still in the chat? Do you know what the pedestrian gate actually does, like how it works? So you would imagine potentially they would walk there instead of the airport block, or they walk from the block to there. I don't know how it works. I don't remember seeing that last time right enough, and I didn't use them, and I know it will work. But yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of aware, guys, that I'm blocking this stuff with my UI, so let me just... Then you can have... Dubai, nice, nice. Gary's asking, why can't I delete citizens from your packs? You've got better bulldozer. What you need to do, mate, is... you bring up your better bulldozer, you need to get rid of all this stuff, put it back on normal. What you need is remove moving objects in Sims, and then you need to use the radius selection. Yeah, use your radius selection, and then you'll be able to delete some. I'm trying to find a non-spoiler way of going in and these guys. Oh, gone. That works on cars and Sims. That's you. You'd be good to go. Just don't forget you need to use radius. Other than that, that's you sorted, mate. StarQ saying it's like a secondary entrance. Okay. Cool. Cool. So they can basically just go there and then they enter the airport functionality then, sort of thing, yeah? That makes sense. Perfect. All good. What I would like to do temporarily, again, is just get them hooked up. But I think it's going to make sense that we do some interchange stuff. Now, I will bring up the real life airport and we can figure out just exactly how we're going to do it. No worries, Gary. Happy to help, mate. I think everybody's got the same issue with that one. It's not obvious that that's what you... Schiphol Airport. My accent. Hope you all appreciate that. Okay. Astrion, good timing. Which airport is this based on? So, I mean, very, very, very loosely, it is Amsterdam. Very loosely indeed. Spin it around. That will give us the same sort of orientation what we are looking for. I definitely want to have these little... I won't be able to manage like a proper bridge, but we'll be able to do like a short tunnel section, which will give us the same. It will give us the same effect, and we'll do the same over here as well. So we should be able to add some nice surfaces to that, I reckon, or potentially some net lanes, depending on how we get on. This is what I'm interested in here. Is this interchange? How we're going to kind of figure that out? Because it's complex, and we don't need it to be that complex, and we don't have the space for it, to be perfectly honest. So we're going to do a few tweaks to that, I reckon. But you can kind of see if I just click between the two, you get an idea of the. I did have an image overlay, which is kind of gone out of shape, to be honest, but at least, you know, you get the idea. Oh, wait, like this. I made it a little bit bigger, but I'll give you an idea. Not that useful because it's kind of hard to see what's actually on that, right? So. But yeah, this is kind of what we're after. Yeah. Rookie, you love watching making complex interchanges, so do I, mate. But yeah, I mean, we are not going to be doing all of that. So that could be pretty good inspo for that little hotel we picked up earlier on, I reckon. I mean, we could just do a plain old, you know, like a plain old freeway. A little bit boring though, isn't it? That goes right. Yeah. This is the fun bit, but it's super tight is what's going to be the real challenge, because here, this is basically having to be tunnel, right? We're going to have to probably build down, which is going to have its own set of challenges, I guess, as well. It's going to be super tight. If we have a look over here, that gives us a kind of rough idea. Let's just do a little copy and paste for scale. That'll give us a kind of rough idea. Definitely be difficult. It's kind of raised here, so the actual main highway is definitely below. That will be the way to make it, right? This is the fun bit, right? It's our own interpretation of something that's roughly in real life. But I think number one is let's just get the roads in and then we can make a start. So I think in terms of the height, we are going to need, what is it, -12, isn't it? So 3 lane. We'll keep it a 3 lane, I think. Sense. We can bump it down to 2 in between the ramps, right? -. I would like to have these as the absolute bare minimum. Keep it nice and narrow. We can try and make a bit of a feature out of it, right? I'm making that in the wrong spot. So up and off. Like to do actually bring the ground down a bit now, so I think maybe halfway, maybe -12, something like that. Target height is 15. Target height to be 9, basically. 10's going to be good. Why am I an anti-nuclear propagandist? Bad. Are you pro-nuclear, mate? I think there's space for nuclear for sure. We got some strong comments on the strong opinions, not strong comments, right? That would be unfair. But we definitely got some strong opinions on power sources in the last video, which was funny to see. Wasn't really expecting that. Down. Not sure how this works if I'm going to be taking it up, but we'll have a play about with it, guys, right? And we'll see we'll see how it pans out. I don't want to. I'd like it coming out from. That's alright, actually. We'll just do the same. Oh, good, man. All good, all good. Maxwell, all good, man. It's actually a split highway, one passing through. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Do that. One thing I really need to do is to get the keybind set back up again, so I don't have to press these. I can just basically stick these on a little stick them on a little keybind and not have to worry about it. Such a good mod, but kept losing the settings with it. It was driving me bananas. So sometimes some playsets would have them, some wouldn't, and then I just ended up with it. Can make this look better, guys, right? What I want, planes are definitely going to come over here and them to have enough. Not bad, not bad. You enjoyed the renewable ones? Yeah, I mean it did. It didn't do very well. I mean it's only been out a day, but it's not particularly great, to be honest. So change the thumbnail. The thing is, like, I try and make some like broader, appealing titles or thumbnails, and then they just do worse. They just do worse than ever, man. So yeah, pretty annoying, man. Have I considered the other reports? I have not. I mean, I want one that's pretty big, to be honest. And I want one I've been to as well. But I might well add a little military one, but it will probably be somewhere out in the countryside, and it'll be much smaller. It'll be like almost like an, you know. I think there's a couple of US air bases, I believe, in the Netherlands. I'm sure I looked at that a long time ago, so you know, potential to maybe do that in a small scale one. I think would probably work pretty nice. That's the last thing I had in my mind anyway, right? So. And you got the solar power set from Magnetic Reaper after watching it. What is that? What is that? And yeah, Dave, I know I can't help myself, man. You know what I mean? So, it's not complicated. It's not complex. And then I'm 5 hours in. You know, trying to tweak something that's like doesn't need to be tweaked. Absolutely standard procedure, mate, for this channel. I mean, this isn't going to be connected necessarily anyway, but let's make it. I would quite like to see that. Is that visible in the real life one or not? Should we have a look? Not really. Not. I don't need to worry about it. That'll give us an opportunity. I mean, that's going to make life a little bit easier anyway, right? I don't need to I don't need to worry about that too much. We can just go a little bit mad with the details on it. -12, and we'll just point it off in that general direction. Back up to 2, so one at less than, yeah, 4.8%. Fine. That is literally on what's going to be a runway, so see if we can just nudge it over that little. Shift, click, move it. Why? This deselecting, huh? Alright, not bad, not bad, not bad. Not too bad. This does not need to be, this doesn't need to be dug into the ground, right? So city here to there. Lovely. That can stay down there. That's back up to, yeah, right. Good. Bit of weirdness there. Spread that out. Lovely. Well, I asked about the solar power set, so the small functional photovoltaic modules that can be placed in the city. Is this, Thomas, is this like an asset in the game? Is this an asset in the game, or are we talking about something you bought for the house, mate? An abandoned airstrip near Utrecht that was used by the USA during the Cold War. Museum now. Nice, nice. I'll have a little look at that. And any chance, Toga's asking, any chance for an upcoming episode on public transit? I have been threatening a big public transit episode since, well, basically since the last city, since I had Cape Lomond. So it's one of these things that I never feel like I really want to do unless I've got a big ass, like a big ass city to, to kind of really get a decent sort of episode out of it. But I think I just need to get my head out and just do it. It really does need an overhaul, because as I've kind of gone on, I've just went and basically put the transit any old place, right, just to kind of keep things moving. But it's dumb because nothing's optimal, and that's not really a biggest deal, to be perfect. Moving along quite nicely, but yeah, it's high on the list of things that I want to do for the city, and I think it actually needs it as well. So I think what I'd particularly like to do is to make sure that we get that main island done, So even if, you know, if the city was to end tomorrow, I'd be pissed off because I never got that island finished. Do you know? So I think that's going to be my immediate focus. We'll get a big chunk of it done next week on next week's video, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, that's my priority, is to get the old town started and get the old town finished, get it done. And then we're gonna kind of get distracted with other little kind of bits and pieces as well. But I think once that's in it, it should make an interesting sort of side plot almost, if you like, to the for the transit stuff to be put in as well. But it's at that point where I kind of finish off and complete, you know, that part of the city that the transit needs to be done. There's nothing else to tweak or anything like that, you know. So we shall see. We shall see. Guys, we have got a break on Twitch, so thank a lot of Justin. I'm gonna go and be right back. I'll be right back again. 1 minute. We're back. We're back. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Cheers. So let's take a peek, I reckon, back at that airport, and we do need to figure out just exactly how we are going. I guess it's all kind of very much space dependent as well. So I reckon, do we do a loop? Elevated loop? Really necessary? It does look good though, right? So probably the answer to that, we probably all know. That's fine. That's straightforward-ish. All of this, making sure we've got everybody going in every direction. That's obvious. That's obvious. Where do they come in? I just don't know if I'm seeing it. How do you get back down here from here? Oh, it's one way, right? It makes sense. It's not that complicated. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, Mr. Piccana. I'm overthinking it. That's fine. This I'm assuming is this is like an access road, internal road. That could be pretty cool if we can incorporate that. Do we really need all these little internal ones? Probably not. Are we going to build them? Probably will. Give them a try. Essentially this is just a weird looking park though, I guess, isn't it? Have an AB2 and then a loop. Okay. We can do that. I think we can do that, guys. Yeah. Oh. Let us begin. I suppose the question is, where do we want to bring it in? Okay. Now the loop was on that side. Could do it here. Gonna make things ever so slightly easier. No, that doesn't make it easier. Yeah. Yeah, it's super weird. It's like a half park though, half ring road loop, isn't it? Probably just completely change it, to be perfectly honest. Way over here as well, which I didn't really want it to be. I thought it would be a little bit closer over this side. You can make it anywhere. You can make it anywhere we want, quite honestly. How did they get named Piccana? So Piccana is an old World of Warcraft name. Warcraft, what a game! And it was my alt name, so I needed to replace my original World of Warcraft name, which was Iron Brew Monkey, which was obviously a terrible name, and had to go immediately. So that get ditched. Well, it didn't get ditched, but you know, it was my alt. It was in addition to my main character, but it was a priest, you know. So that character is usually a healer, but it also does damage as well. You know, you can spec it to do like damage as well. And I always thought it kind of looked like it kind of had like a bit of electricity and whatnot. And if you look up Piccana in a dictionary, it's actually a cattle prod. So cattle prod that's often used, or but it can also be used for you know, as a torture device. So I thought, you know, an electrical torture device, Warcraft priest that does damage, and the damage kind of looks like electricity. I thought that was a pretty good name. And then it just kind of stuck. Any other game, I would just use my alt, you know, Piccana name, my alt name instead of Iron Brew Monkey, because that's where that came from. You got the long story. Iron Brew is top gear and top tier rather, and so as WoW. Yeah, I mean, I can't go back to WoW, man. It's too addictive. It's for the best. I don't play anymore. Absolutely no lifing it, man. Do you know? Amazing game though. Absolutely amazing game. Rest in peace, Iron Brew Monkey. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is that, like, the way that I come up with these names. So I mean, I suppose I told you what what the name was for, but I didn't actually tell you how I came up with it. So Iron Brew Monkey, I literally came up with that. I was sitting in front of my PC, and it was gonna be, it was a username for like Battlefield 42, right? That's how long ago it was. I literally I had a bottle Iron Brew, and I had a picture of a monkey on my computer, and I thought, right, that's my name. I needed a name to like start playing online, and that's how I come up with it. And then Piccana, I came up with that. I was again sat in front of the computer. I had a bottle of Tropicana in front of my PC. I was like, Piccana, yeah. I put it in the put it in the Google, put it in the dictionary to make sure it wasn't like something like obscene language, and that's when I saw, the electrical torture device stuff as well. So, so I have absolutely zero imagination when I'm coming up with names like that. And you can probably you can probably still tell that today. Do you know what I mean? The Noevorden map is now Noevorden. Yeah, I just lack imagination coming up with names. Now, what I need to do is just, before I start going bit daft with roads, I need to just mark off just exactly where buildings are going to be. So we started that the other day, which is the kind of darker patches here. And I think we definitely need to be a little bit more cautious before we start getting into the infrastructure bit. And obviously, once we do the loop, we can really just flesh it out, right? Put whatever building. But what I need to do is to kind of really just draw the line, so to speak, in terms of where that limit is going to be. I think along here we could probably go another few planes. Give a plane's width. I think we can do that. I think here we can just go straight up terminal. Big building. I think that works for me, guys. What do you think? Feel free to chime in. Backseat gaming is completely allowed, by the way, on this channel. You can feel free to throw in whatever ideas you have. I won't necessarily build them, but you can share them. Quite happy to do to hear them. Oakley was a priest healer main back in the day. It was a little bit stressful because I was usually DPS. I was a mage. Whenever I did go and heal, it was like, oh man, it's kind of stressful. Drinks-based names only. Yes. Pretty much, man. We were going building here. This was going to be cargo, right? That's going to be cargo. That's going to be cargo maintenance, right? I think we can probably go extend the building down there. This is just a kind of rough idea. It doesn't give us a very big loop though, does it? So we might sacrifice potentially that, make it an awful lot more like that. This little block needs to be hidden as well, so we'll get to that eventually. I think probably that's what we're looking at. Might be tight. You know what? Let's get a loop built. Let's at least get something in. And then we can worry about the details once it's in it. I haven't even made my mind up to which buildings we're really going to use for this, which is going to be potentially a challenging element of the build today. So yeah, we're going to be deleting a good chunk of this road in just a minute, so head off. Wait. You remember, guys, when we checked earlier on, this was a one-way system, essentially. I mean, that's kind of ugly, right? But don't worry, I have it under. Put this round the loop. People miss the turn, I can go back on. Only want one upper loop, which will be that one. Trying to figure out. That's only just a single. This all going. No having it. It's out. It's out. Noevorden Airport. Wouldn't mind Noevorden. Say no to it. I've got my own skippo going. Very nice. And started doing the area around it. And somehow you've only got 2,000 jobs. What, the area around it? Do you think in some of the non-functional areas of the airport I should have modular? Yeah, chuck in as many of Raku's blocks as you want, quite honestly. Chuck them in. I think what I ended up doing was I ended up doing a bit of a mix on the old one, putting in a bit of a mix of normal industrial, because I had plenty of space for it, you know, and some of the blocks as well. I fill your boots. So I don't know if you have this plan, but could you make a small general aviation airport? Yeah, I'm going to do that. It won't be as part of this build, but it will be separate. Be a separate build. So it might be a little GA airport, or it might be like a small air base. But yeah, I would definitely like to see the Cessnas coming in, because I think they look really cool, to be honest. Yeah, I think we'll definitely get onto it at some point. The terminal's one way. Yeah, I'm having a look at that just now. You know, see, I thought of that like it's obviously in one big loop, but I thought it came back up this way and then joined up, but it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. So that just comes down and then comes down for like a lower loop almost. So you've got a way comes down here, and then it also looks like round this loop and round this way as well. So yeah, seems like overly complicated, but that's just the way it goes in the airports, doesn't it? I mean, I'm kind of getting into the stuff that I don't need to right now. Really, what I need to do is just make sure I'm happy with the friggin' loop size, and then we can kind of get all this stuff done. So, interchange, I think we're good. Right? We don't need to worry about really any of the interchange stuff. I was kind of worried that there wasn't just not going to be enough space for it, but it's not an issue here, I don't think. We should be able to get something fun working pretty soon. But I think the job, now that we kind of know that it's going to fit, is getting these terminal buildings. Nice. Let's actually give them some friggin' connection to the outside world as well. Obviously, that's not going to stay, but at least people can get to the airport now, right? Happy little Sims. It doesn't look like that we've done a huge amount today, but you know. The highways are basically so. Now, we had an asset from Nyoko, didn't we, if I remember correctly? That was going to be an airport airport terminal asset, I want to say. You know. Curiosity, please. We good? We good. Wonderful. Awesome. So at least we should see a few cars coming out. With a bit of luck. We'll see. Remains to be seen. Right. Nyoka's asset. Let us have a look. See if it will fit. I'm not too sure. It looked really contemporary though, didn't it? Not 100% sure if that's really going to be the play putting it in, but I definitely want to see it put in play. Anybody can remember what it was called? This is the little regional one. That looks pretty nice actually though. I mean we could take static ploppables of these quite easily and make like a really big terminal out of it, right? Look. Bright. It is very bright, isn't it? But, you know, just as a bit of a practice. I have to admit, I haven't really checked out the assets. So guys, you're basically, if you haven't like made any of this stuff yourself, you're seeing it at the same time that, that I am as well. There's awesome. Had a look at that one already. ILS stuff. Cool. This is the contemporary airport terminal. It kind of reminds me of that big train station that's on Peter mods as well. It's in the airport tab, yeah? Nice. Sweet. It would potentially be quite good for where we have pretty limited space. So something like this. Now we can build this up as well. But as an initial, it's a maybe, right? We take a static ploppable, double it up. We can kind of extend it, right? If we want. That looks a little jank, but that's on me. I think I quite like it that side. Recolor these things. Nah. Shame. Oh. So, we combine it to these. Scale wise. Just a little bit. Okay. Hey Sam, how you doing, mate? Yeah, we're kind of getting there. We're just kind of having to play about with assets and trying to figure out what's gonna work and what's not, right? Ideally, I'd like to use something else for the terminals that I've not used before, but I'm not really sure what's going to work well and what's not, so a little bit of trial and error. We'll figure it out. How's your day been, Sam? What have you been up to, mate? Guys, I forgot to ask you all the most important question of the stream. What are you having for your dinner? What have you had for your dinner? What are you planning to have for dinner? Now's the time to make me hungry. Or not, if you're planning on eating crap. I don't want to know. I'll let you guys answer that while I'm scrolling. I really don't have all that much in the way of airport building assets, is there, you know? Oh, are you studying, Sam, yeah? What do you study, if you don't mind me asking? Random dude, instant noodles. That's not going to make me hungry, man. I'm safe at this point. Asset hunting. Service ones are probably going to be the best bet. Oh, is that new? Don't know if StarQ's still here. That the when I brought up the airport ones, it was actually bringing up stuff from PDX mods. I'm guessing that's only if I've made it on PDX mods by using the kind of context menu on it. Pretty nice. Bolognese, that sounds good. I'll have some of that. Yum. Yum. I always kind of go back to the Japanese stuff in terms of doing it. Doing your ATPL, very nice, mate. Very nice. Got a couple of pilots in here. Good on you, mate. How long have you got to go? Well, this is a pretty nice asset. Not a generic office. We can definitely use that somewhere else in the build, but not in the terminals, right? Gonna work either, eh? Chicken biryani. Oh, biryani, my favorite. Oh my goodness me, I love it. I love it. I love it. I could eat chicken biryani every single day of my life. That is how much I enjoy it. The Starq, I always thought like a chicken biryani. I know that you're is it Bangladesh you are? I always think of like biryani to be like a kind of celebration meal. Is that the case, or is it just like something that you would have like as a normal dinner, you know, or is it kind of like a special dinner? I don't know. How it's seen in your part of the world. But it is delicious. You know what we need? Prisons on PDX mod. Prison DLC. You'll be done in January, Sam. That's amazing, mate. Fantastic. Very well done. A lot of work, huh? A lot of hours. Although you need less hours in the EU than you do North America, don't you? I believe. How it works. Post office. Well, honestly, guys, I can see us swinging back and using the Japan College assets again. There's nothing really that I can see that's going to be any good, to be honest. You would have eaten Asian paniki. I don't know what is that. I don't know what that is. Asian paniki. You're gonna have to let me know. Love the accent. Is it Scottish? Yes, it is. Joseph, welcome in. It certainly is, mate. And you wish these buildings were sorted better in the static ploppable menus. You hear that, Starcube? It's not a regular thing, but common when there are guests. Okay, okay. So it is a little bit more of a kind of special sort of meal. A good sharing one, isn't it? You do the cooking? Or is it your mammy or your wife? Family member? Hey, you're from Syria? I hope you're doing well and I hope you're safe. I appreciate you coming in, mate. I don't think we're gonna find anything in news. Industry isn't really gonna fit the bill either, is it? To be perfectly honest. Nah. Honestly, I am just we need to put biryani into the rotation. Yeah, we do. Definitely do. 100%. Then you get a frozen license after 150 to 200 until you get 1500. In the US you only get it after the it was your mum this time, but you helped. Okay, that's fine. I wasn't having a dig. Good on you. So Asian dish with spicy chicken and rice and green beans. Okay, I've got you. Do you know what I'm gonna have to do? The Ayan or Ajan paniki. I'm gonna have to. I need to have a look. Not coming up. I'm being denied. It's just bringing up random pictures of people and Pokemon cards for some reason. And monks. I'm not making it up. This is literally what it's bringing up. Yeah. It's I mean, it's, to be honest, an Asian dish with spicy chicken, rice and green beans sounds delicious anyway, right? You're not gonna, I'm not gonna complain with that. Right. That's it. We're gonna use the college buildings. I don't care. That's happening. That's not a bad one either. To be honest, we can maybe use some of that as well. We are college building, AP College. This bad boy. Oh, where is the friggin' AP? Perfect. I mean, potentially we can use that as like office buildings, right? That can definitely be used for a terminal as well. Maybe not so much that. Does it get terminal written all over it, right? You misspelt it? Okay, I'll have a look. I'll have a look in a minute. Butter chicken or tikka masala is the best. I mean, a buna, lamb buna, can't argue with that. So fair. Asian paniki misbar, that's fine, I'll have a look in a minute. Progress, we're doing okay. I mean, what we've really only done is gonna put the highways in. We've kind of outlined the loop, so we've got at least an idea of where the roads are going to be, and we've kind of laid out some buildings that I'm gonna take out for just now because I think I prefer the college on the terminal, to be honest. I would like to bring one of them back in because it's a pretty cool building, but I think for now we are going to be sticking with the ploppable, and specifically Japanese one. And the nice thing with these is that you can basically stack them on top of each other, so we can get them looking pretty big. Now obviously once this is in, we can kind of build it out, we can put smaller buildings in about it, and obviously we can use Starq's blocks to give it all some life. This road obviously is not going to stay, you know, as a key wall. We've got plenty of work to do, but you used to work for Etihad, so make sure there's a big lounge for cabin crews. I'll see what I can do, mate. Let's see what I can do. Is the airport B stream only or videos? I am recording it, but I don't know. I mean, it's the thing is that they just take so long to make, and I just couldn't be asked cocooning myself, you know, and like it would probably be like a week and a half to get it all recorded and then make a video out of it. So I don't necessarily want to do that again, you know. I think I'd rather just do it on the live and be able to chat to you guys, to be honest. I thought that would be a little bit more fun than me just disappearing for a week and a half and then taking it from there. But as I said, I am recording the gameplay element of it rather than the stream, right? So we'll see. I might end up chucking something together, but if it will be, it might just be a very quick one. I'll probably end up with like a 50 hours footage and then 50 hours footage and then like show like 10 minutes of it and it'd be cinematics. So we'll see. That doesn't look quite right, but bear with me. At least we've got like a consistent roof going on. All of this stuff we're going to be able to hide with. Not a problem. Love the lights in the room. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. It looks good. It looks a lot better than it used to anyway, do you know? So I think it's well worth it. I think the camera's kind of turned out pretty good as well. A little Sony camera. And then got the lights and got the place painted, and hopefully the sound should be a bit better. I've not done really anything other than just put default sound on OBS, but trying to get rid of some of the reverb and some of the recording, so hopefully a little bit better as well. But the lights do look nice, man. The lights are just little video lights, RGB video lights, and then control it with the app on my phone. It's pretty cool. Pretty easy. I think there is a way of doing it on Stream Deck as well, but the on Bluetooth you can do it with your phone, so why piss about? Turn stuff off, recolor it, and do whatever you want, really, to be honest. But I think it's yeah, I think it's a nice little color palette that we've got going on. But we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be the final form necessarily, but I think as a beginning, decent sort of reasonably semi-professional background, it doesn't look too bad. Every mammal produces 1 to 1 billion heartbeats in their lifetime in average. You know, guys. Now, actually, it's 2 to 3.5 million. Don't say you never learned anything on stream. Don't. So, I mean, obviously, that's looking friggin' enormous. It will look an awful lot less repetitive once we basically build this out. I think we've got potential really to... No, we don't. That's going to have to be runway, right? Yeah, we add all the vehicles and all that kind of stuff as well. We're going to need some big chunky assets, right? Because this is really just the frontage. We're going to have to really build something out that's going to be really sort of substantial as well, right? I've got no idea why we're talking about that, but it's there. it's there. So compared to the city, I mean, yeah, that'll give you a rough idea. Oh, that's the whole build, right? There's going to be a big chunk. I mean, the city's going to be all of this, all of this, all of that, some of this, some of that. So it remains to be seen. But it's going to be chunky, boy. And we're going to have plenty of industry around here as well. Be pretty cool. This is the hard part. We were trying to envisage and try and really just kind of nail down how we want the look of it. It's going to be very different to what's there already. You can see that some of it's going to be relatively sort of straightforward. We've got the kind of gates. Some of it's going to be pretty chunky where you got the terminals. We've got the potential of maybe replacing some of what we've put in already and make it, you know, look for something that's maybe a little bit narrower. So maybe one of the school assets might be a shout, or not. I'm not sure. Not going to have these big gates, obviously. We've not got the space. Because, Sergio, you were asking how big it's going to be. If we were going to build that to scale, it would be probably bigger than what we have built entirely over the past 6 months. So, I'm going to tweak things more than a little bit. I get no intention of building out all of that. None at all. So, let's think terminals then, guys. And exactly where they're going to go. That's obviously cargo terminal down there, which we'll get to. So, chunky. The problem with the chunky is that we don't really necessarily have that land there to use. We could potentially reclaim some of this, like these two over here. I don't know, I can't remember which ones are actually in use. We can get rid of that and build out the way there. Not necessarily adverse to getting rid of these either. But let's build this out at least. And I want a big kind of rectangular shape that's at least going to look something like a port terminal. I mean, like a mall asset or something could be a decent shout, don't you think? Again, guys, if you have any suggestions, I am more than happy. Cool. Back on the asset trail, and this is really, with these kind of builds, this is what takes up the time. It's not really the building, it's finding the right stuff that's going to look half decent to go with it, you know? One thing is obviously just stacking. And literally just layer it out like that. Works. Something along those lines, right? Not really great, but do I have an estimate of how many streams I'll do before the airport is done? I haven't a clue, mate. No, I mean, I suppose we could do some maths. So I think the last airport took me, I don't know, 30 hours, something like that. Generally things on stream take like twice as long to build. You could probably say 60 hours. And if we say we do like a 3-hour stream, then I guess say we do a 3-hour stream, 60 hours, what's that, 20 streams, maybe 20 streams, depends how quickly things come together, I suppose, right? So yeah, we'll see. That's my quick guess based on some crappy maths. I will see. But if you're building it yourself, you can do it quicker, right? The problem is I start chatting and then I get distracted and I end up building nothing, you know what I mean? Which is an issue. Quite like that little asset there. What I think would probably be a good idea is just lay out the assets that we like, right? We do that all the time, or I do all that all the time, and then I'll start another project and I'll forget about it. Because these are all pretty nice in terms of putting an airport together. You know, they all have their own place, for sure. That could be a decent cargo. Cargo one, I reckon. Yeah. Got out already. Ready. Yeah. Nope. I mean, that's pretty decent looking airport hotel, if nothing else. Am I right? 100%. University, maybe a little air traffic office potentially there. Other Japanese stuff. Guys, I need a fan on. It is getting hot. Oof. Could I do a size comparison with the vanilla airport? Yeah, no problem. No problem. That's the big vanilla international, yeah. Decent bit bigger than that. Sorry if that was getting a little bit quiet. A decent bit bigger than that, I guess. And there's another airport, isn't there? The little one. So yeah, I'll give you kind of good idea on size, but you know, way bigger than the end game ones, but still probably not enough. The scale's a little bit off, but it is what it is. That's what we've got to play with thus far. Let's get a few more, and then we can kind of mix and match and figure it all out, right? College one is what we're after, right? Didn't get the college one out, did I? Good. Nope. Water's not going to be any good. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm looking at that, to be perfectly honest. Japanese ones. Again, I think that would work pretty well. Perhaps in the middle section of the airport. Again, it kind of looks like another kind of hotel of some description, doesn't it? What we're looking at, really, to be honest. No. Well. Hey Vince, appreciate the follow, mate. Welcome in, welcome in. How's your day been, mate? You are well? Realised I'm missing that. So 1 second, guys, let's just quickly flick. There you go, we're back. So obviously we can think about the gates later. I think even if we chop some of these away, it doesn't, to me it doesn't look like an airport terminal yet. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. You know what I should have done was actually watched my own airport video. It would probably be very useful for some tips. Did it see Sully's LA airport? Yeah, of course it did, mate. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And a question, I don't know if you've got the same problem, but in the custom airport, I've built the aircraft, keep waiting on the runway, and do I know how to fix them? Yes. So what you need to do is get ready with a... I mean, have a look at this VOD earlier. It's one of the first things that I did. So once the VOD is up after, go and have a look. What you need to do is there's a little marker, marker over here, just about there, where the planes will stop, right? And you just need to basically delete that. If you go into remove markers, you're looking for static objects filter. If I remember correctly, you need to click the remove sub-elements. This, you need to pick over on this side, if I remember right, sub-elements. And I think that's it. So even if you take a screenshot of that, you should see the marker there that's in the middle of the runway. You see another marker there that's on the side of the runway, so you delete the one that's on. Yeah, if that's letting me delete that, then these options are all correct. So I'll give you a minute if you want to take a screenshot of that, mate. Yeah, so all you do is don't delete that one, you delete the one that's basically there, or not there now. Hey Orban, welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing good. How are you, man? Yep, but does that make sense, random dude? Oh, flying back to Prague, very nice. Nice. I think I'm due another trip to Prague, to be honest. Stuff, put it back to normal. Gonna have a quick look at some mall assets. I know there's a big Korean mall, isn't there? So that has got potential for a terminal. Obviously, don't need to worry too much about the outside of it. Once done the outside, we can basically shape it by adding additional buildings or static ploppables or any of that kind of stuff, right? So, I'm doing good, mate. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Where was the Pride March? Hope you had a good time with it. Hope you had the weather for it, man. Yeah, you only need to do it on the side where the planes are basically stopping, right? So for example, you would only need to do like here. This is the runway side, so you only need to do it there. This is where they come on, so I only need to do it here, but I don't need to do it on the other side because they're not going to be coming out. There's no pathfinding on that side, and it's the same idea with the guys coming on here. So I would just delete that one there. This one here where they come off, and that's it. So if you've got it set up like this, then you only need to do 2. But do your pathfinding first. So do all your planes pathfinding, make sure it's all working, and then you delete it once your pathfinding's done. But that's it. You should be good to go after that. Hot and sunny, happy days. Good to hear it. Good to hear it. Urban, where are you, if you don't mind me asking? Are you in Europe or somewhere else? I don't actually know where you're from. If you don't mind sharing, if you do mind sharing, then don't worry about it. I get rid of these now before I do anything else later down the line. So, mall asset is what we're looking to basically, right? From Europe, lovely, lovely. Happy days seems like my favourite 2 words. It's I think it's becoming a something of a catchphrase now, right? I think it is. It might be. Or not. Gulp loudly down the road. Yeah, I think every time I catch myself saying it, I'm gonna start popping something up on the video. Why the hell is my searching for mall and it's bringing up absolute shed load of stuff? Just want the buildings. I don't want that mall. Let's this only show custom assets, yeah. I'm sure I've got like a Korean mall, Korean shopping centre in my playlist. If I can find it. Check PDX mods. I'm sure it was this gentleman. You guys checked out this guy's YouTube? Actually brilliant. Starfield. Yeah, Starfield. Lovely. Oh, I mean, it's got a basketball court on there. We can get rid of that. But in terms of airport terminal, I mean, it's not a bad start, is it? To be perfectly honest, you can get some of this stuff like that. That can't we? That's cool. We can absolutely use that. That is 100% in as a base asset for us to work with. Yes. There's a squeeze. I think what we might end up doing is perhaps maybe just coming back and bringing back the bringing back the road somewhat potentially. That might work a little bit better. But right, I reckon it's time to add a few more of base terminal buildings. I need to try and be a little bit less exacting and just crack on and just actually build. Put stuff together, put some ideas together, and then we can rejig it just any way we want. Analysis paralysis, isn't it? You know, you're sitting there thinking too much instead of just doing something, and obviously if it's happy with it, if it's a pile of crap, then it's fine. Delete it later on, man. We thinking cargo down there as well as this? I think we were, weren't we? This was going to be building. That was going to be building. So I guess let's just reserve part of it. We get it clear in our heads what we're going to be. That again, that's not the final form, but at least we can just keep that in our mind for later on. I think I can estimate that I did about 230 modular office blocks. 3k jobs, perfect. That should do the trick. And how did I create a custom ploppable? That is one of Starq's mods. So if we go into let me find a building over here. Oh, close this first. I think find it is bugged out. Okay. I was going to give you a demonstration, but it looks like it's essentially bugged out. So I'm not going to give you a demo, but I'll try and find the mod for you instead. So advanced building control. If you go have a look at advanced building control, you'll see here it says static ploppable builder. So all you need to do is just click on the building, scroll down, and it will give you a little context menu over here. So where you see that SP, static ploppable, all you do is you click on that, and whichever building you've selected, click on that and it will give you your static ploppable, basically. That's it. Super simple to use. Really, really simple. Click on the building you want, click on SP, and you've got one. Obviously it does other stuff as well, but done a really good job. Super, super useful, and it works with stuff that people have made custom as well. So if if it's a custom asset on PDX mod that's somebody's made, you can do exactly the same, and it will just give you that little mesh from that building. So yeah, that's what you're looking for. Urban, I am in Glasgow, mate. Glasgow, Scotland, UK, EU. Yeah, advanced building control, spot on. But if I find it's bugged out, that means I gotta restart my game, because I don't think that is going to go away. So let me just save game. And I think what I'll do, guys, is have a little look at where we are, I guess. As I said, it doesn't seem like we've done too much, but at least we've got something that's starting to resemble, kinda starting to resemble, like a friggin' airport. I mean, not really. We didn't really get too much done, I'll be honest with you, but at least we've got some roads done, we've got some buildings, we've got an idea of the shape. I'm obviously not happy with the way that looks just now. I'm might have to rejig a few bits and pieces. And potentially maybe bring this road in a little bit. But that's something, I guess that's something that we can all decide another time, right? So I think given that I was gonna have to basically restart the game, it's going to take sort of 7 or 8 minutes to restart that. I was thinking of wrapping up anyway. I was only going to jump in for a couple hours and see how everybody's doing. But what we'll do, guys, is we'll find somebody to raid on Twitch. Hopefully we've got somebody on. I think we do. We have the magnificent Mayor Cheeks Booty. We haven't raided him before, guys, so that's pretty cool. And everybody stay around for that. If you haven't seen Booty Addict or Mayor Cheeks' city, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's an absolute classic, to be honest with you guys. You're in for a treat, and he's funny, and he's super entertaining, and he's a dead nice guy as well. So if you're on YouTube and you want to come, and I'll probably hang out on the stream for a good few minutes as well, and you know, come over to Twitch and say hello, guys. Don't be a stranger. Well, in fact, drop you guys a little link. So if you aren't following, obviously make sure you followed. Don't forget, if you are on YouTube as well, guys, drop that stream a like. Any random comments are very appreciated as well. And but yeah, let's go and say hello to Booty. Guys, everybody, thank you very much for jumping in as well. We'll kind of make this a bit more of a regular thing. We've got plenty to do. We've got a clear task, haven't we, for Noevorden to you know, to get done. So let's make a little bit more progress in that as we go along, which is pretty cool. But nah, thank you guys ever so much for coming in. Every single one of yous. So, raid time. Make sure you give guys. Make sure we give Booty a follow as well when you're on. You will you'll not be disappointed. Promise you. Yeah. When you see his build. Have you all seen his build before? Yay or nay? Let's get it started. So guys, on YouTube, appreciate you very much. You guys are gonna get cut off now, I'm afraid, if you've not came over to Twitch for the raid. And I hope you have a lovely weekend. I'll have another video out, early access for members. Will be out on, I'm hoping, for Tuesday if I can. Video will come out proper on the Friday, and that is what I'm targeting. Anyway, it's a big old build. It's a big build, so it should be a pretty good one. If you want to see it early, do obviously consider joining. It is on Patreon, and the game saves are on there, obviously. So guys, once again, thank you ever so much. YouTube, we are going to say goodbye. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Again, thanks very much for sticking by. Alright, Twitchers, let's go say hello to